I love that you're watching live stream or finding us later on a video. But being in this sanctuary is really where it's at. And when you hear your name being called, when you're in a sanctuary, you don't know where it's coming from. It could be physical, non-physical. We all just went, whoa, is it your time, Jamie? Bye. Whew, I'm glad it's not. Okay, well, as many of us may have heard somewhere or know or read, science has proven that the Earth itself is spinning faster. And the most noticeable effect, besides messing with our GPS and with the satellites and with internet servers, is that days are now, on the average, slightly shorter than 24 hours. And recently, some specific days have been the shortest on record. So if you're as amazed as I am, that here we are on the last Sunday of a 5-Sunday month, and it's not only the last Sunday, it's the very last day of the month. And if it seemed to you, when we got here, that August, or maybe all month long, that August was in a big hurry to let September have its way with us, it actually was. One of those recorded short days was August 5th. As a matter of fact, it set a record for being the shortest day so far. So I was talking with my sister just a few days ago, and she said, I can't believe September is just in a few more days. And so I talked to her about, the Earth spinning faster and, the days getting shorter. And she said, why didn't I feel it spinning faster? And I asked her, have you ever felt the Earth spin at all? And she said, good point. But did you know that at the equator, the rotation of the Earth is clocked at 1,000 miles an hour? Wow. And we don't feel the spin because everything on Earth, including us, is moving with the Earth really, really fast. I mean, it's the air around us, the oceans, everything around us. We're all moving together. We're one. Synchronistic life, one with our planets, moving together at apparently record-breaking speed right now. But we're all doing it together. Life is speeding up, and scientists don't know why. And you may wonder why I'm mentioning this to you. Well, because just in case we've been explaining our sense of time going faster as yet another sign of getting older, it's not. However, our sensing the speed increase as time flying by could be a sign of our getting wiser, our being more aware in life, our being more in tune with life and ourself within it. Which brings us to the title of today's talk, which I didn't mention before in my announcements. Saging, not aging. Now I know saging isn't a word, but I like it, so I'm using it. It's just that every time I typed it in As I was making my notes in preparation for today's talk, spell check automatically changed it to sagging, which I thought was pretty rude, actually. Even though sagging may be what happens naturally when we live in a physical body over time, saging is what is intended to happen naturally within us as we live in this physical environment over time. We're here to expand our awareness of the spiritual being we are and to express it in greater ways in this life. It's an expansion that comes specifically by living a human life. And we came here to do just that. If we've been wishing, we knew back then what we know now. It's important for us to remember that what we know now is the result of all we've learned along the way, along the long, long way. And some of us, the hard way. Wayne Dyer wrote, "You were the person you were supposed to be then, so you could become the person you are now. You needed to do the things you did in order to find out how you didn't want to be. Rather than cursing the past, bless it and forgive yourself entirely." Now, there's likely not one of us here who'd trade the wisdom we have now, the wisdom we earned, for the physically youthful body we had way back then. And that would be the trade-off. Going through all that learning, all the learning process over again. Running smack dab into what we don't want. Maybe over and over again. But not realizing back then that we could choose what we want and it would come to us. We've outgrown the way of the warrior and fighting our way through life or fighting with life. We're ready now to chill and relax and let our life flow more easily. Now that we are who we are now, who we are today, no matter how we got here, we're more aware of how we want to be in life. And that awareness helps us to create a life we enjoy living every day. We've wised up. It's been said, if you're not going to get any wiser, what's the point of getting older? It's far more essential for us to look within ourselves for the wisdom that's made us wiser and celebrate it rather than to look for signs of saging instead of looking at our physical body, including our mental health, for signs of aging. We get really good at that. If we've decided not to sweat the small stuff in life anymore, or at least not as often as we used to, then we're saging. If we're letting go more often of our focus on things that exhaust us when we think about them, then we're saging. If we're choosing how we want to experience the moments in our life, and we're choosing peace rather than anger and conflict and love over judgment and criticism, we're saging. The more we choose love over fear, the less we find there is to fear. And the more beautifully our life flows in every way. In the way of transformation, we read, "For you see, the world in which you live has but one purpose. It is the same purpose that all dimensions of creation have, to be the extension of your Creator's love." The pure, positive energy of love is the solution to every problem. It's the answer to every prayer, and it's our purpose for being here. And that pure, positive energy actually causes the cells of our body to regenerate. We're building ourselves all the time. They renew constantly. But new cells mimic the cells that were there just before they replaced them, whether those cells were regenerating or degenerating. Just as every moment in our life is born out of our experience of the moment before, positive or negative. The more we're focused on expressing the birthless, ageless, deathless, spiritual being of love that we are, and the less we're focused on signs of aging, the less we think about it and talk about it and act it out, the more we are regenerating, evolving, and building the cells of our body. A Course of Love tells us, love replaces fear and is life generating rather than life degenerating. Your bodies will thus regenerate rather than degenerate. Love is, of course, not a condition, as it is not an attitude. But the effect of living from love rather than from fear will have a major transformative effect. We are older and wiser now. We know stuff and feel stuff that we didn't know and didn't feel in years past. We're at a time in our earth life where we don't need to continue to bump into life to know what we don't want. We've been there. We've done that. It's time for us to get into the essence of who we truly are and live from that love each day for our time left on this planet. Wayne Dyer said, "Don't die with your music still in you." That music is a love song. Abraham Hicks tells us that we can pass through time without declining. And that magic recipe we're looking for is as simple as this. We just have to find the pure essence of what we're reaching for, of what we know we want, without constantly beating the drum of not wanting the negative alternative. We know by now what we don't want. We don't have to constantly talk about what's wrong with us and what's wrong with the world. Abraham Hicks tells us your goal is happiness, not to be 23 years old forever. Your goal is happiness. If we feel like we're slowing down, it's a good thing. It means that we are more in touch. We're living in closer proximity to our inner being, to our true self. The one that's not in a hurry. The one that appreciates how precious every moment is and sees it. And if it seems that sometimes we can't remember the name of somebody or the name of something, it's important to remember that when we first came into this world, we didn't know anybody's name or the name of anything. And we were perfectly happy. We are each a unique emanation of God's love. Just like the entire sun is in the sunbeam. All of God's love is in us as us. The very power, the very presence, the very intelligence, the all that is, has individualized as each of us, as a unique expression of itself. The earth is spinning faster, and time seems to be getting shorter. And as the saying goes, round and round she goes, and where she stops, nobody knows. That's why this lazy, hazy, crazy last month of summer has been the perfect time for us to decide to take it easy. Not just physically, but mentally. To let go of our struggle to get things right, just so that we don't attract what we don't want. And to let our days be nice and easy, light and breezy. And to look around us with a mind that is saging, not aging. Ferris Bueller said in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. And when we look around us with eyes and a heart full of love, our whole body is filled with the energy of regeneration. We may not ever be 23 years old in this world again, but the more we chill and relax and love, we just might feel like we are. Namaste. Okay. Well, here we are. Saying thank you again and again, and it never gets old. It's always so new. It's a beautiful thing to be sharing who we are together. It's a beautiful thing that we all care this much to show up, care enough to live stream with us. it's a powerful thing. Because it's like all of our beams are in one place. And that's a powerful thing when the sunbeam is just in one spot. It can just burst open in energy on Earth. That's what we're doing. And the more the merrier. And so thank you. Thank you all for your loving financial support, because we give to each other that way. We get to stay and do what we do and love what we do and love each other as we do it. And so thank you. And thank you, those of you who watch live stream and support us, because you like to be able to just find us, and there we are, telling you how wonderful and beautiful you are. So thank you for that. And if you have heard something here today that you want to hear more of, that you appreciate you heard right now, then you can help us by supporting us to do this again and again. And if you don't know how, then our wonderful treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is here to tell you how. Jamie. Jamie.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Jamie.
Lord knows.
Another great talk. Thank you so much. If you'd like to donate to the Life Enrichment Center, and we'd love to have you donate, you can go to, if you're watching this live stream, you can go to facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center and hit the donate button. You can go to our website, lecflint.com/donation, and that page will take you so you can give a donation. You can go to PayPal, which is actually the same as going to our website. But our email address for PayPal is 2512. Let's put LEC in front of that. LEC2512@gmail.com. And lastly, you can send us a check, Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321294, Flint, Michigan 48532. And in the sanctuary, we are going to be taking an offertory while we listen to Marcia Allen singing in this very room. Reverend Stephanie will be back up for gratitude prayer. And yeah, thank you.